lost everything. Sussexes goes crazy as Queen gave Sophie privileges after they quit royal. Sophie, Countess of Wessex, and Prince Edward will undoubtedly benefit from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's decision to step down as senior royals, a commentator has claimed. The Countess, 47, who is often been noted as the monarch's favourite family member, has embarked on a rare high-profile solo trip of New York in recent days, cementing her position as the Queen's secret weapon within the new-look monarchy. Sophie carried out a 4-day visit to New York this week, during which she delivered a keynote speech to a United Nations event and put the spotlight on gender equality and women in business. While this isn't the first time the Countess heads to the Big Apple to carry out similar engagements and has dedicated much of her time as a working royal to these issues, this year's visit in particular appears to have attracted a lot of media and public attention. Royal commentator Russell Myers believes the departure of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex may be linked to the increased coverage dedicated to the Countess and Earl of Wessex in recent months. Appearing on True Royalty TV's The Royal Beat, the expert said, "Are the Instagram generation going to be as obsessed with Sophie and Edward Wessex as they are with the Sussexes? Obviously not. However, when you're dealing with them, did a big series about online internet safety for kids, and she was super involved in it, going through the finer detail, she is really across her subject matter. So, it's not just for show and she has really grown into that. With the Sussexes not here, the Wessexes will undoubtedly benefit." Mr. Myers also highlighted Sophie and Meghan share some of their interests and charitable efforts, in particular when it comes to female empowerment. He said, "The similarities between Sophie and Meghan are there to be seen. Sophie's working with girls' education, she's done a lot of stuff about violence against females in Africa." The comments come after a busy few days for Sophie, who has just undertaken a rare solo trip to New York. During the trip, she delivered the keynote address at the United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan event, as part of her busy schedule of engagements for her 4-day visit. The spring of this year will see the Earl and Countess of Wessex, who live in Bagshot Park with their children Lady Louise Windsor, 18, and James, Viscount 7, 14, visit Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Queen, who no longer flies, would not have been expected to travel, but it's rare for Wessexes to do a high-profile joint overseas tour that might have otherwise been handed to Harry and Meghan. Her Majesty's daughter-in-law Sophie has often been noted as the monarch's favourite family member and closest confidant. She was reportedly encouraged by the monarch to fill the gap left by Prince Harry and Meghan following Megxit at the start of 2020. Experts previously noted the Countess being in the spotlight is what Prince Philip would have wanted and helped to keep his memory alive. The Queen is very canny. And she has always been very fond of Sophie, Ingrid Seward said, speaking to The Times. Prince Philip adored Sophie, and the Queen feels that now is the moment to push her, just gently. Give some interviews, do some stuff. You work very hard, no one takes any notice. Get out there. I can see her saying that. Among other important trips carried out by the Countess to highlight the plague of gender-based violence, Sophie visited South Sudan and Kosovo in recent years. Meghan and Harry's decision to step down as senior royal in early 2020 put the spotlight on Sophie and Prince Edward, with many commentators believing the couple, beloved by the Queen, would fill the void of duties left by the Sussexes. However, in an interview with the Sunday Times in June 2020 focused on Sophie's trip to South Sudan, the Countess briefly touched on the possible impact the Sussexes' departure could have on her working life. Asked whether the public would see more of her, Sophie said, "There are only so many hours in the day. People may pay more attention to what I am doing, but I remain as busy as I have ever been.